tell me what makes Tag Me a Date unique.
Well, there's quite a few things that make Tag Me a Date unique. If you are one that knows about your Match.coms, your eHarmonies, your JDates, all those types of sites, there are some similarities. I mean, at the end of the day, a dating site is a dating site, but where we promote our differences comes in a few different areas, right? So we are different because we give you different options. So your generic everyday dating site, you build your profile and you add your picture. With us, we give you that option. We also give you the option, along with updating a picture, where you can create a 15-second video promo. We think people would have fun with it, especially true diehard wrestling fans. And it gives the person that is looking at your profile an opportunity to check out your personality and kind of how you're like before they, what we like to call, hot tag you. So that's one of the things that separates us from other dating sites. Another big piece that separates us is most of your dating sites have these long, tedious profiles that you have to go through, and some of which could take you hours to fill out, and then there's no guarantee you're going to find somebody. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm going to sit here and guarantee you're going to find somebody, or at least find somebody right away, because you're ultimately going to get out of it how much you put into it. But at the same time, I wanted my customers, my fans, to enjoy their experience when setting up their profiles. So we have dialed it down. It's very short, it's very sweet, it's to the point, and it's all wrestling-related questions. Everything from who your favorite wrestler is to who your favorite tag team manager, stable. I mean, you name it, it's in there, and it's just wrestling-related. So depending on how others are setting up their profiles, that's how our system's going to match you. So if you put your favorite wrestlers, Dean Ambrose, and anyone else whose favorite wrestler is Dean Ambrose is going to start to come up as a match. And then it's up to you. And my feeling is, once you make contact with somebody, that's your opportunity to ask the more personal questions. I don't know that people necessarily want to put a lot of their personal information out there right away. So this gives you an opportunity to build that somewhat of a relationship at the beginning, and when you feel comfortable with that person, you can start dial down and asking the true hardcore questions. And again, it's just, it's one of those things where as a true diehard wrestling fan, it's never the first thing that comes up when you meet somebody. Hey, I'm a big wrestling fan. It's just kind of an awkward, kind of situation. And that's one of the beauties of Tag Me a Date, because anyone that you meet on our site, you already know is a diehard wrestling fan. And we want the diehard wrestling fans that would save up every year and go to that WrestleMania rather than go on a cruise or go to the Bahamas or anything like that. So it's exciting, and it's definitely different. Wrestling fans are a different breed, and in a lot of ways we're a cult-like bunch, and we're very vocal and we're very opinionated. But at the same time, that one common theme is we're wrestling fans. So this will give you that opportunity to find that special somebody to share your passion for wrestling and find your future tag team soulmate.
All right, and you mentioned a lot of the WWE questions. Now, does this site apply to fans of Ring of Honor wrestling, Lucha Underground, New Japan Pro Wrestling? How do the questions relate to that for you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, our questions are very generic when it comes to wrestling. When on our profile we ask you who your favorite wrestler is, it doesn't have to be Dean Ambrose, or it doesn't have to be Roman Reigns or Randy Orton or Seth Rollins. It could be, my favorite wrestler is Jeff Jarrett. Or my favorite wrestler, is Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle, I guess, could go either way, but, we all know now he's TNA. But, so I mean, it's generic wrestling questions. It's not definitely 100% WWE, although WWE is the machine. So I would assume that a lot of people probably base their answers due to WWE, but it's definitely Ring of Honor, Global, NXT, WWE. I mean, you name it. TNA, what's left of it. So, I mean,
Okay, no, great. And then let's just say if I were to start a profile today and I'm, put together a 15-second promo, on average, how long does it take to, get a match? How easy is it to get matched up with somebody else?
Again, I think it's really in the eye of the beholder. I think however much you put in time-wise to the site is how successful you're going to be. When I go through every day and I see profiles, and there's still a lot of people that haven't even put up pictures, and my feeling is you'll have less of a chance finding somebody than you would if you had a picture up. I always looked at it when I was on dating sites that if you didn't have a picture, I wouldn't even look at you or your profile, because what are you hiding? I encourage everyone to at least put a picture up. If you do it the right way, if you put up a picture, you do a promo video, you spend some time on the site every day. I'm not saying a long time, but, eventually you're going to start to find matches. I think it'll be a little easier. And when I say me, really, I made a judgment call at the very beginning of this that has somewhat kicked me in the ass a little bit. But I had logical reasoning. When I first launched Tag Me a Date, I did not have location searches. And my theory behind not going live with that right away was being a brand new dating site, you have to build that foundation. And when you're brand new, you're starting with one and then two, and you're building from the ground up. And we are so widely spread being live in the UK, Canada, and the US that, even with as many subscribers that we have in the short time we've been live, it's still so widely spread. My thought process was I never wanted to have somebody come onto my site, do a search, and get 0 results found.
Mm-hmm.
So I opted to wait until we grew a little bit bigger for locations out there. That somewhat bit me in the butt a little bit. There's been a lot of vocal, opinionated wrestling fans, that won't even give it a chance because they want to be able to find somebody that's in the vicinity of where they are, and I get that. So I made the decision that, we're going to go live with it. And we just are fine-tuning some things, and we are going to go live with it. I also made a decision not to do women live or women free, which is going to be changing as well. We didn't go women free simply because of catfishing. And not to say that you're never going to be able to prevent catfishing. It is what it is, and it's going to happen, but I want my customers and my fans to know that we're doing all our due diligence to ensure that it doesn't happen as often. So we have made the decision that women are going to be free going forward. I haven't made the live announcement yet, and I will once we pull the trigger. But we are in the midst of putting some security features together to ensure that men aren't posing as women to get it free. Because I don't want any of those negative experiences, and I want my customers to know that we're doing everything we can to do as much as we can to prevent it from happening. So we're working on it, and once we have that piece in place where we can, and I don't want to say investigate, but we can verify that you are who you say you are, we are going to go live with women being completely free, and I expect that to be happening within the next month.
Great,
so
that's
we
awesome.
are making strategic decisions, yeah.
And how much does it cost to actually join the site if you're not a woman?
Well, right now it's free. When you sign up, you automatically get your first month free.
Okay.
And then we have 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. Doing the year is the cheapest way to do it. If you do a year, it comes out to about $12 a month, which is cheaper than any dating site that you have to pay for. However, we did get some backlash on the pricing as well. Again, opinionated, vocal wrestling fans, and I want them to know that we are listening, and we do pay attention. The day that I pull the trigger where women are free, we will also be making an announcement that our monthly subscription is going to be $9.95 a month, and it'll be cheaper than the network.
That's clever. I do have to ask, do you have a particular success story you'd like to share from somebody that got matched up together?
Actually, I do. I've had one couple that actually reached out. They found the customer service Tag Me a Date email, which, of course, anything that is of importance ends up on my desk. And this was one that a couple not only met through our site, they got pregnant. They're expecting their first child, and their wedding is next year. So they made it a point to reach out and let us know that because of our site, they found each other and they're going to WrestleMania this year. They're saving up to go to Texas. So that made me feel great because that's exactly why I did this. Wrestling fans can find each other and share those WrestleMania, make their own WrestleMania moments. And I was so excited. And because of that, we will also be adding a testimonial page to our website so that anybody that does find success, we so much encourage you to let us know. And, it means a lot to us. So, but there is one that I know of, and I know there's some more. We just haven't really been notified about it. But.
Wow, that's awesome, though. All right, we've talked a little about this before the call, but your site has been up since last October, and it's still going strong today, obviously. But what are your goals for the immediate future in terms of signups and things like that? And where do you see the site in 5 years from now?
Well, I would love in a perfect world to be the biggest dating site out there. I think if the wrestling fans get behind us and get as excited about this as we are, then I think we have the potential to be contenders with your Match.coms, your JDates, and things of that nature. And ultimately, I would love to be able to work out a deal with the WWE. I know for sure that the WWE does know about us. And I have some inside information in the WWE that Stephanie McMahon herself has gone through our website. In fact, the day after I got word that she was checking out our dating site, if you went to WWE.com, wrestlers were putting up their own dating profiles, and it was titled, What if WWE superstars had dating site profiles? What would they look like? So we kind of took that as, well, I wonder where they got that from. And ultimately, I think if we can get this big enough, the WWE may want to partner with us and or take it from me, which, I'm open to that as well. But yeah, I think 5 years down the line, I would love to have some sort of relationship with the WWE and make sure that this thing is still going strong. It's very different, and it's a niche that there's so many wrestling fans out there, men and women, that I think this could be around for the long haul. In terms of numbers, I want to be the biggest. That's everyone's goal. It's like when you're a wrestler and you're in the WWE, for example, your goal is to be the main event at WrestleMania and be a world champion. For me, my WrestleMania main event moment would be seeing this be bigger than any other dating site out there and helping wrestling fans find one another and be happy.
Well, there's definitely an audience out there. The WWE universe by itself is pretty big. But you mentioned the WWE superstars, having dating profiles, or what would they look like if you could date one WWE superstar, or I guess any professional wrestling female? Who would it be?
Man, that's a tough question. That's a tough question. I've become friendly. I do a lot of shows in the Northeast wrestling. I have a good relationship with the promoter out there, and we do a lot of shows, and we have tables and set up, and I wound up doing a lot of shows with Velvet Sky, and we've become somewhat friendly. Maria Kanillis does a lot of shows with us, so I've gotten friendly with her. But if I had to pick one, I got a thing for Paige right now. There's something about Paige, and I'm not into the pale, long black hair kind of deal, but there's something about Paige that I would take her out for a minute. Absolutely.
She's very popular. I've heard that a lot from a lot of different people. So she has it, whatever it is.
She's got it, exactly. Whatever it is, she's got it.
All right. Well, last question for the interview here. In addition to running Tag Me a Date, you also host a podcast focused on wrestling and relationships. Can you tell us a little about that project and where and when our fans can tune in?
Yeah, absolutely. We love it, man. We have every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. On Google Plus Hangouts, which you can actually, it ties right into the Tag Me a Date YouTube page. So you can actually go right to Tag Me a Date's YouTube page at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, and that episode will be on. You click the link, it takes you right to us, and it's great. It's uncensored wrestling talk. We talk about things that are going on with Tagging a Date. We talk about, WWE. Tuesday's a great day because we just come off, if there's a pay-per-view Sunday, we got that. We got Raw, and then all the stuff from the week before. So we talk about rumors. We talk about the program, how we feel we could make it better. So it's an hour of uncensored Raw wrestling talk. And we've also had some great guests. A good personal friend of mine now, Dr. Tom Pritchard, has been on, and we talk all the time. He's a big supporter of us, and he's just a great guy. So, we've had him. We've had the Maestro from WCW. He's been on, and we've got some names lined up. We're in the midst of working out Melina, Crystal Marshall, Ryan Shamrock, Paul London, Nunzio. So we have a lot of names, Tatanka, that are getting ready to come on, and we're just finalizing dates. So stay tuned. Every Tuesday, you never know who's going to come on, and it's great. And it's the War Report podcast. It's hosted by Vince Berry, who is the voice of Northeast Wrestling, and it is brought to you and sponsored by us at taggingitdate.com. So it's great, and we hold nothing back. You can text your questions and be a part of the show. So it's great, and I urge everyone, check out Tag Me a Date YouTube page. Not only will you find our Raw Report podcast, we also recently got a huge endorsement from Jim Ross, which to me, it doesn't get better than that, and he's a fan of ours. So we got a nice little 5-second video of him endorsing us on our channel. So, go check him out, and check out the War Report every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on YouTube.